Hi and welcome to Woodward English. Today we're going to look at the difference between travel and trip. Travel is normally a verb, an action. It means to go from one place to another, especially over a long distance. I travel from one city to another city by plane. I travel by plane. I like to travel by plane. Mary travels to Italy once a year. I like to travel by plane. Travel is an action, a verb. I like to eat. I like to sleep. I like to travel. Eat, sleep, and travel, those are verbs. Mary travels to Italy once a year. She lives in London and travels to Italy once a year. How does she travel? We don't know. She probably travels by plane or by train. Trip is normally a noun, a thing. Trip is the act of going to a place, often for a short period of time, and then returning. For example, he is currently on a business trip. He traveled to another city and he will return in a couple of days. He is on a business trip. The next example, we went on a trip to the beach. We went to the beach and returned the same day. It was a day trip. We normally say go on a trip. In this case, the past tense was used, went on a trip. We can also say take a trip. Okay, let's compare the difference. I'm planning to travel to Peru. So here we have the verb travel in its infinitive form, to travel. I'm planning to travel to Peru, and then I want to travel to Brazil. Here we need a verb because we are planning to do something. So we need a verb in this case, which is travel. Another way of saying this is I'm planning on traveling to Peru. Traveling is a verb. The next sentence, I'm planning a trip to Peru. So I'm planning something. Planning what? Planning a surprise? Planning a party? No, I'm planning a trip to Peru. Please note, we do not say I'm planning a travel to Peru. No. Why? Because travel is not a countable noun. We use a or a before a countable noun, and travel is normally a verb. Let's compare again with other examples. John is on a business trip. Why do we say trip? Again, because after the article a or a, we need a noun, a tour, a plane, a trip, a noun. We cannot say a travel, no, because travel is not a countable noun. Trip is a noun, and we're talking about a thing, a noun, and not an action, not a verb. He travels to many different countries. We use travel because we're talking about the action of going from one place to another place, the action of going from his country to other countries, to different countries. He travels to many different countries. He met his wife on a trip to Chile. Here, the clue is the article a. And after an article, we normally have a noun, so we need to use the noun trip. It is not possible to use travel as a countable noun, remember that. And also, remember we normally say on a trip. Now notice how there is a slight difference in spelling between American English and British English. The difference happens when the word travel has an extra ending like traveling or traveler. With the first sentence, I traveled to Easter Island last year, traveled is written with one L in American English. With the second sentence, I traveled to Easter Island last year, traveled is written with two L's in British English. Now, there are some exceptions to the general rules I've just mentioned about travel being a verb and trip being a noun. Travel can also be a noun when it refers to the act or the concept of traveling. Here, travel is an uncountable noun. So we do not say, I travel. Remember that. No. But sometimes you'll see an S at the end of travel, as in travels. When we say travels, it refers to journeys or adventures. And in this case, it is normally preceded by a possessive adjective, my travels, his travels. For example, you should write about your travels, and I imagine you had many adventures. My job involves a lot of travel. Travel broadens your mind. It expands your mind and you learn a lot. Trip is normally a noun, as we have mentioned, but it can also be a verb, though be careful. It has a completely different meaning. To trip means to accidentally stumble or almost fall while you're walking or running, usually after catching your foot on something. It means to almost fall over something as you walk. I tripped in front of everyone. It was embarrassing. We often say trip over something. For example, he tripped over the cat in the dark. He didn't see it, so he tripped over it. Oops, I just tripped over the kids. Don't know what they're doing there on the floor. So now I have some questions for you. What has been the best trip you have ever been on? Do you like to travel alone or with others? If you won a free trip to anywhere around the world, where would you go? Tell us in the comments below. I read all of them. Thanks for watching another Woodward English video. If you like this video, remember, click the like button down the bottom. Really appreciate it. And remember, share it with your friends. Share it with the world. Have an awesome day. Bye. If you like this button...
If you like the butt.
If you like this butt...